This is B. Nagaraju, contract lecturer in botany from Government Degree College, Koratla. Today my topic name is plant adaptations. In that plant adaptation we see the hydrophytic plant adaptation. So these are the my topic learning objectives. Now see the this topic objectives, learning objectives. So what is adaptation and plant group based on adaptation, hydrophytes, what is means of hydrophytes and classification of hydrophytes and adaptation of hydrophytes. So in that what type of adaptation we see? So morphological adaptation of hydrophytes and anatomical adaptation of hydrophytes and physiological adaptation of hydrophytes. So these are the my topic learning objectives. Now see the today topic. So what is adaptation? Any feature of organism or its part of which enables it to exit under condition of its habitat is called adaptation. So what is means of adaptation? Any features of an organism or its part which enables it to exit under conditions of its habitat is called as adaptation. So what are adaptation are for? So withstand adverse conditions of an environment, utilize maximum benefits of environment. So these are the adaptations are for. Now see the free floating hydrophytes. So what is means of free floating hydrophytes? So these are the hydrophytes types. First one is the free floating hydrophytes. So they floats freely on the surface of water. So they are free floating hydrophytes. For example, this is Eichhornia and Wolffia and Limna. So these are called as free floating hydrophytes. Next one we see the second type of hydrophytes. So they are submerged floating hydrophytes. So these are the plants in contact with only water. So this water and being completely submerged and not rooted in mud. So this is, for example, Utricularia and Ceratophyllum and Najas. So this is the Najas plants and this is the Ceratophyllum are good example for the submerged floating hydrophyte plants. Next one we see the third one is the rooted submerged hydrophytes. So they are submerged in the water but roots are fixed. For example, Hydrilla and Vallisneria and Potamegita. So these are the good example of rooted submerged hydrophytes. And next fourth one is the fourth one hydrophyte type. Fourth one hydrophyte plants are rooted hydrophytes with floating leaves. So their roots of the plants are fixed in the soil while leaves are floating on the surface of water. So this is the fourth one of hydrophytes plant type, rooted hydrophytes with floating leaves. The roots of the plants are fixed in the soil while leaves are floating on the surface of water. For example, Nymphia, this is the Nymphia and this is the Victoria plant, Victoria regia, and next Trapha. So this is the Trapha plant. So these are the good example of rooted hydrophytes with floating leaves. Now see the hydrophytic plants leaf adaptations and leaf structures. And in many floating forms of leaves are deposited with wax. So these are the important character of hydrophyte plants. For example, we see on that Nymphia and Victoria regia. In submerged form, they are reduced and thin. And emergent hydrophytes leaves are of two types: dissected leaves in water and aerial leaves are well developed. The spongy petiole is observed in Eichhornia, which help in buoyancy, and the leaves are dissected in Ceratophyllum. So these are the leaf characteristic of hydrophyte plants. Now see the some anatomical adaptation of hydrophyte plants. So in that anatomical characters of these are the anatomical features or anatomical adaptation features characters of hydrophyte plants. So the first one is the cuticle is absent in all anatomical maybe stem or leaf, and in that upper side of the epidermis or hypodermis is the cuticle is absent. So epidermis is single layered and made up of with walled parenchyma cell. So these are the two characters are very important, and so they can absorb the water. So cortex is well developed, made up of parenchyma cells. So these are all parenchyma cells, and these are large air spaces surrounded by the parenchyma cell is called erenchyma. This is the special anatomical character of hydrophyte plants. So these are all erenchyma cells. So these erenchyma cells filled with gases or oxygen. So they help gaseous exchange and give buoyancy to the plants. So these are the very important characters of anatomical adaptation character of hydrophyte plants. And now see the some more anatomical adaptations. So mechanical tissue is absent in or avoid rigidness of stem, and vascular tissue are poorly developed. Vascular tissue is poorly developed. This means xylem consists of only tracheids. In Nymphaea, special type of star-shaped lignified cells are present. So these are in Nymphaea, special type of lignified cells are lignified cells. So these are the lignified cells. So these is lignified cells are present. We these type of lignified cells gives to this plant mechanical support. It gives the mechanical support. In submerged leaves, stomata are totally absent. So submerged leaves, in the submerged leaves, stomata is completely absent. So the exchange of gas is carried out by all the cells. In floating leaves, stomata are present on the upper epidermis. In floating leaves, the stomata are present on upper epidermis. So these are the some more anatomical adaptation of hydrophyte plants. So now see the physiological adaptation. So these are the physiological adaptation. So these plants have low rate absorption of minerals, and the transpiration is negligible, and the rate of photosynthesis is low. So these are the physiological adaptation of hydrophyte plants. So thank you for watching this video.